The Sinaloa Cartel, a name synonymous with the Mexican drug trade, emerged from the rugged terrain of Sinaloa State in the 1980s. Born from the ashes of previous trafficking organizations, it quickly rose to prominence under the leadership of Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán. Guzmán, a former farmer with a sharp mind for business and a ruthless streak, transformed the cartel into a well-oiled machine. He established sophisticated smuggling routes, forged alliances with corrupt officials, and employed a brutal brand of violence to eliminate rivals. The cartel's reach extended far beyond Mexico's borders, trafficking cocaine from Colombia, heroin from Asia, and marijuana from its own backyard. Guzmán's infamous escape from a maximum security prison in 2015 cemented his status as a near-mythical figure. Under Guzmán's reign, the cartel became known for its ability to corrupt officials at all levels of government. This corruption provided protection and allowed the cartel to operate with relative impunity. The cartel's influence infiltrated law enforcement, the judiciary, and even the military, creating a climate of fear and complicity. In the impoverished communities of Sinaloa, where opportunities were scarce, the Sinaloa Cartel stepped in. The cartel invested in local businesses, funded infrastructure projects, and provided employment opportunities. This strategy, while self-serving, created a degree of dependence and fostered a sense of loyalty among some segments of the population. The cartel also cultivated a Robin Hood image, portraying themselves as benefactors who looked after their own. Stories circulated of cartel members providing food and medicine to the needy, stepping in where the government had failed. This narrative, carefully constructed and disseminated, helped to blur the lines between criminality and social responsibility in the eyes of some. Their acts of charity, however calculated, earned them a level of tolerance and even support from some within the communities they exploited. The arrest of Ismael Mayo Zambada in July 2024 sent shockwaves through the Sinaloa cartel. Zambada, a longtime leader who had shared power with Guzmán, had been instrumental in maintaining a semblance of order within the organization. With Zambada out of the picture, a new generation of leaders, primarily the sons of Guzmán and Zambada, emerged. These narco juniors, as they were known, had grown up in a world of privilege and opulence, shielded from the realities of poverty and violence. They were eager to assert their authority and claim their piece of the cartel's vast empire. That had existed within the cartel under the joint leadership of Guzmán and Zambada. Clashes between rival factions became commonplace, with each side vying for control of lucrative drug routes, territory, and influence. Once a bustling city known for its vibrant culture and entrepreneurial spirit, Culiacán became a city under siege. The cartel's internal battles turned the streets into war zones, with shootouts erupting in broad daylight and bodies appearing in public places. The fear was palpable. Residents were afraid to leave their homes. Businesses closed their doors, and the rhythm of daily life was disrupted. The city that had once prided itself on its resilience and spirit was now held hostage to the cartel's violence, its citizens caught in the crossfire. The cartel also turned its guns on the city's residents, using fear and intimidation to maintain control. Forced disappearances became increasingly common as cartel members snatched those they suspected of disloyalty or those who simply got in their way. The good narco myth crumbled under the weight of fear, extortion, and bloodshed. They were less concerned with public image and more focused on consolidating power and maximizing profits. Their ruthlessness knew no bounds, and their disregard for civilian lives was chilling. They operated with a sense of impunity, flaunting their wealth and power openly. They recruited heavily among the ranks of disaffected youth, offering them a path to quick riches and a sense of belonging. The carefully constructed image of the good narco was shattered, replaced by the harsh reality of a ruthless criminal organization that ruled by fear and violence. The Sinaloa cartel, while weakened by internal strife, was not without external threats. The Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación. The Sinaloa cartel, once a seemingly invincible force in the Mexican underworld, faces an uncertain future. The arrest of Zambada, the internal power struggles, and the rise of formidable rivals like the CJNG have weakened the organization and exposed its vulnerabilities. The cartel's brutal tactics, once a source of fear and control, have alienated it from communities it once cultivated. The good narco myth has been shattered, replaced by the grim reality of a ruthless criminal enterprise that thrives on violence and exploitation. The Mexican government, under pressure to address the escalating violence and instability, is intensifying its crackdown on organized crime. However, the deep-rooted corruption and the cartel's adaptability make it an uphill battle. Whether it can withstand the internal and external pressures, adapt to the changing criminal landscape, and evade the government's crackdown remains to be seen. One thing is certain, however: the cartel's legacy of violence, corruption, and impunity will continue to cast a long shadow over Mexico.